How's it going, YouTube? Van Damage here. Finally, after I don't know how many weeks, months it's been since my last actual build video, but I finally have a completed, as you can see, project. Alright, so, for those of you who don't know, this is called a VHS cassette tape. Also known as Super Mario Bros. Basically what happened, a buddy of mine actually asked me, we did a little trade, he made me the Final Fantasy VII sword that you might have seen in one of my other videos, and in exchange I promised I would build him a gaming system out of a cassette tape. And I'm actually pretty impressed with this because if you're not using it and you're not playing it, you can have this sitting on the shelf and it looks like any other normal VHS cassette. However, when you pull it out, you can see the fan, you can see the pie. Oh, it's just amazing. Sorry, trying to adjust my grip. But yeah, here, you can see the actual exhaust fan there, the Raspberry Pi, HDMI, the LAN cable connection, so you can add more games to it. Actually that's USB and then the LAN connection. HDMI here, power there. And what does it look like on the inside? Well, I took out the screws earlier so I could do this. Boom. All that I had to do, and this was far simpler than I could have ever anticipated it being, but all I had to do was remove the spools of the film, cut back a little bit of the plastic here. I had basically just had to figure out where do I want this Raspberry Pi to sit, and once I had that figured out, I just had to cut out a little bit of the tape here where this is sitting, and then there were some ridges right around in here that I had to clip out with my dikes, pliers, whatever you call them. Used a Dremel actually to cut this out, and it cut a lot cleaner than I had originally anticipated it would. I wired up the fan. This is actually taking and blowing air in, so what it's doing is it's trying to force out all the heat that this is creating. And it actually does help quite a bit to keep it cooled down so it doesn't overheat, which is definitely good considering how small of a space this is and how old the actual cassette is. I didn't actually screw anything down. I wanted to keep this as close to resembling a regular VHS tape as I could, so I was able to hot glue this in. I definitely used more than what was necessary, but I wanted to make sure that as you're plugging in the HDMI, the power cable here, your controllers over here, I wanted to make sure that nothing moved over time. So I feel that this has done exactly what I needed it to do. The fan is also just glued in. My main concern with why I didn't, or my main reasoning for not actually screwing these in is because I didn't know if by doing that it would still be able to fit into the box, the original box it came in, without damaging it further. Because, I mean, this is like 20 years old, something like that, maybe even older than that. When did you come out? 1993, so 24 years old. I remember when it came out too. I was super excited because I loved Super Mario Brothers, and as a kid, loved the movie. But yeah, that's the basics of it. I mean, literally all I had to do was glue this in, cut out a couple of slots. You can see how I had to do it on this side as well, just so I could fit everything. And so, I cut out the slots, put this board in here, made sure it was glued in. I tried to do it as cleanly as possible so that it didn't look messy whenever everything was closed up. And you can still get to the SD card down here. It does require some pliers because of how it's angled. It's a little bit of a pain, but the program's loaded on here. The guy I'm giving this to shouldn't have to worry too much about having to take that out and replace it. It's a 16 gig card, so I mean, for what this does, that's all you need. You don't need any more than that. Yeah, as far as the hardware, that's it. If you give me just a second, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug this up to my big old 55, 60-inch TV that I got in my living room, and we'll see what this looks like. So give me a second, let me screw this all down, and then I will plug it in, and we can take a look at gameplay. So, be back in a split second. Okay guys, as you can see, TV is not receiving signal. I have this mostly plugged in. Let me just have to get the power cable in. And sorry for the video quality, it doesn't exactly look decent whenever it's darker in the room. Come on, there we go. Got it plugged in. Boom. Holy crap, I don't know if the video quality on this video on here is going to show you, but that's actually phenomenal how nice the screen resolution is on a, like I said, this is a 55-inch TV. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I'm ready to play. I mean, you can see my anime collection down there. Now, I don't have a very long reach, so, and yeah. Emulation station. I'm going to go with, because as you can see down there, kind of, I have the Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo. I'm going to jump on that. Volume is rather quiet, however. Me. Help! This is pretty awesome. Alright. I guess I had a save game on here from before. Alright, so I'm going to look through the menu. I'm going to just change a couple of settings, make it a little bigger. Here we go. I may have to change this, but there we go. 16 by 9. Apologies for how long it takes, but it is now full screen. I can't control it because I'm looking at the thing in the thing. Nope, wrong one. Now, jump across. But yeah, as you can see, this works pretty awesomely on here. Let me try a different... trying to think of something I can play one-handed because I don't have the use of both hands. Let's see. I did slap a couple of Nintendo games on here. No, none of those. I thought I had Super Mario on here, but I don't. I do. I don't have the original one, though. You can see I'm using an actual Super Nintendo controller, but I feel it works fairly nicely. No! Leave Mario alone! Oh. Ah, of course I died. Alright, now I got this. Okay, now, leave me alone. Now. And dead. Alright, so I'm obviously not very good at this game, but you get the gist of it. The program that's being run on this is called Retro Pie. It's just awesome. Like, it's actual open source software, so you don't have to worry about, paying for the program. Anybody can use it. All you have to do is Google RetroPie, and it'll be one of the first sites that pops up. Oh, and yes, Pokemon on a big screen TV is pretty much awesome. Not even going to complain about it. I'd have to start a new game. I don't want to save a bunch of games on all of these whenever I'm about to hand it over. But this is... oh, it's awesome. I'm actually jealous that he gets this, and I hope he enjoys it. So, I am going to go ahead and shut this down. Shut down system. Really shut down, yes. And if you do use a Raspberry, if you're like just getting started on Raspberry Pi and the programs and all that stuff, it is a good idea to... whoop, let me make sure I'm not... I don't know what's going on. But it's always a good idea to make sure you shut it down prior to unplugging it, because if you don't, you can learn the hard way like I did and erase everything. And you don't want to do that. It's not fun. It's not cool. It sucks. So I'm hoping I'm pointing this camera in the right direction and you guys can see my lovely smile. But yeah, so that is a RetroPie emulation station in a video cassette. These things are pretty awesome. You can actually do this with the, you can actually put it in smaller things if you get the Raspberry Pi Zero. That one takes a little more finagling because you got to add extra USB hubs and all that fun stuff. That's all there is to it. I mean, you can make anything into a gaming system these days as long as you have the know-how, I guess I could say. But yeah, tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it's been a while since I've posted anything up. It might be a little while longer before I do it again because, I'm just starting going to college. 30 years old and going to school. Dreams come true. But I will try to do a couple more builds here in the near future if I can. If I can't, I apologize. Let me know what you want me to start uploading on this so that you're knowing that the channel's not dying. I don't want it to go away. I love posting on here. I love seeing you guys, watching my videos and enjoying them like I do. So, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video to friends and family. If you have any questions on how to build it, just comment, ask me. I try to get back with everybody. But, I hope everybody has a good evening, and enjoy your day. Bye. Yeah.